Okay, I think we should start. I mean, we are going to be recording this webinar, and Sarah will be editing at the end, and we will be distributing this webinar to yourself, and also you can share it with any of your friends or colleagues. So we want to distribute this information to as many people as possible. So before I start, I would like to thank the professor, Ala Viñasca, that she has been helping us to distribute information about this webinar. So thank you, Ala. She will be quite important for us to distribute the information of Evil and Jones in Ukraine. We want to pass this information to as many vets as possible because we believe it's a good opportunity. So that will be very helpful. Anyway, regarding the presentation today, we are going to take approximately between 30 to 35 minutes to do the presentation, and then we'll have the section for questions. You can start writing your questions in the chat, or you can just take notes of those questions, and at the end of the webinar, Sarah will give you access to the questions. We'll be asking the question that you have writing on the chat, and if you prefer to ask those questions directly, she will give you access so you can talk to us and ask the question. The presentation is divided into approximately 5 parts. The first one, we are going to concentrate talking about the company, who we are, and what we do in general. The second part is that what do you have to do to work with us? How does it work? What is the situation? What have changed since Brexit? And why, Ukrainian vets can come and work for us now? On the third part, I'm going to be more specific about the work details, in what consists the job and the conditions that we offer for this job. On the fourth part, we're going to be talking about why it's better to work with Evil and Jones. What benefits do you get to joining this company? And on the last part, it's going to be about how to apply, how to work with us. What do you have to do? What is the next step? Okay. So anyway, that's going to be the structure of the presentation. So let's start with the first part. Who we are. Evil and Jones. Evil and Jones is the largest private provider of veterinary service in UK. Most of our veterinarians work in official controls in the meat industry. I think it's very important to explain how does it work in the UK in reference to probably Ukraine and other European countries. If you work as an official veterinarian and doing official controls, normally you work directly to your local or national government. Here in UK is different. Just move to the next one, Sarah, please. Here, to work as an official veterinarian or official auxiliary, you don't do directly to with the government. The British government, through the Food Standard Agency, this is the agency of the government, subcontract companies to perform veterinary inspections. So basically, the difference is that in Ukraine and in Europe, you will work directly for the government. Here, you work through a company, but you represent the government. You are official. So when I go to a slaughterhouse to perform my duties and do the official controls, I am representing the Food Standard Agency. I don't represent Evil and Jones. However, Food Standard Agency pay Evil and Jones. Evil and Jones pay their official veterinarians and official auxiliaries. Okay, so this is a big difference with other European countries. We employ approximately 700 qualified professionals, and this is important to mention that our employees are for 25 different countries. You can by now guess that I am not British, and my accent is quite different. I am from Spain. So 95% of our employees come from different countries. Okay, most of them are European countries. I can mention obviously Spain, Portugal, Italy, Greece, and then from Eastern Europe, we have Romania, Bulgaria, Poland, Hungary, and Baltic countries. So it's a big variation of different nationalities, okay? And we have approximately 450 veterinarians plus 250 meat inspector or official auxiliaries, okay? So this is the bulk of the company. We are the only company providing this service in UK. We are the only company supplying official veterinarians and meat inspector to do official controls in the meat industry. We got the contract with the government for 3 years. So we have done our first year and we'll have it for 2 more years. After the end of the 3rd year will be another tender. So companies will enter this competition and we can win again all the contracts, or some of them, etc. However, if you are an employee of Evelyn Jones and for whatever reasons Evelyn Jones doesn't win everything, you will be transferred to whoever company gets it. Okay, let's move on to the next section, please. You are welcome in UK. What has changed? I think it's everything related to Brexit. Okay, so Brexit, what happened before Brexit? UK was part of the European Union. Therefore, vets from any part of the European Union were able to come to UK to work without having to get any visa, and we having to take any exams, and they were recognized by the Royal College of Veterinarians. Now with Brexit, it doesn't matter if you come from a country part of the European Union or outside. All the vets joining the Great Britain since the 1st of January, they need to go through a visa process that we will explain in a moment. And the most important, they need to be accepted by the Royal College. Okay, you might say that Ukraine people doesn't change because they are not part of the European Union, so situation is the same as before. It is and it's not. It is because, yes, you were not part of the European Union, but now visas for any country is much quicker and easier than before. Before the 1st of January, obviously, any people from European Union, they could move into Great Britain without a visa. So therefore, people outside the European Union, they have so many difficulties to get a visa. Now, is a Spanish vet or Ukraine vet apply for a visa, the conditions are the same. And they are much less restricted conditions than before the Brexit. Okay, so this is the key point. It is easier for Ukrainian vets now to come. Now, what is the problem? Regarding the recognition by the Royal College of Veterinarians, your degree to work as a veterinarian, that has become more difficult, in fact. You know, they only recognize some degrees from the European Union that they are accredited by the European qualification called the EAEVE. So it's the European Association Establishment of Veterinarian Education. So only those vet schools will be recognized by the Royal College. Unfortunately, there are not vet schools in Ukraine recognized by this association, the EAAV. Therefore, Royal College of Veterinarian doesn't recognize. Just go back just 1 second to the other slide. They don't recognize your degree, okay? There is a way that you can be registered with the Royal College. And that is, as we say there, you have the possibility to become an official veterinarian doing the RCVS exam, RCVS Royal College of Veterinary Surgeon. And please take note of that web page that you see underneath it, www.rcvs.org.uk. You can enter that web page and find out the condition to take the exam that will allow you to register with the Royal College of Veterinarian. I have to mention that it's a difficult exam, only takes once per year, it's quite expensive, and you need to prepare quite a lot, but it is possible. And therefore, you got the information on that web page, okay? So that is important for you. Let's move into the other section, because now you may mention why are you talking to me about the possibility of working in UK if I cannot be recognized by the Royal College? There is a possibility for you to work with us, and that possibility is to work as an official auxiliary or meat hygiene inspector. Okay, for you to understand, a meat hygiene inspector is just a helper for the official veterinarian. They belong to what we call the inspection team. The inspection team normally has got one official veterinarian and different numbers of meat inspectors. So you will be able to work as a meat inspector in the UK. We just need to have your degree recognized by NARIC. NARIC is an organization in the UK that they do equivalent degrees, or they way. Oh, sorry, let me explain this better. They compare your degrees with their own British degree, and if you are accepted by this accreditation system, you can work as a meat inspector, not as a veterinarian, unfortunately. So we will need your veterinarian diploma, your academic records, your passport, and you will need to pass an English level 4. But I'll leave that to later on, because Alex will explain to you how does it work, the visa. But anyway, what you need to understand from this is we already have got comparability statement from Livu Vet School. So any graduate, and I believe Elisa from Kiev as well, maybe, but from Livu, any person graduated from Livu has already been approved by NARIC. So therefore, they can work as a meat inspector, okay? I will explain later why it's a good opportunity for you to start working as a meat inspector and coming to join us, because during that time, you can prepare yourself for the RCVS exam, okay? But basically, just to summarize the situation, you can work as a meat inspector with us. You only need, to be honest, you don't need the veterinary diploma if you are from Livu Vet School. Neither you need the academic records. You just need your passport on level 4. So let's move on into the visa process. Sorry, English requirements first, but I'll pass it to Alex. Alex, please, can you go through this part?
Yeah. So as a part of the visa application process, you need to prove your English language ability. There's a few different tests that you're able to sit, and that can be used for the visa. We usually find that the best one is the PTE Academic for UKVI. It's more readily available, it's got faster processing times, but we're very aware of which test centres are available locally to you. We can provide you with a full list of that. We can look at when they're available to be booked and how long it takes to get the results. But yeah, like I said, it's normally the PTE Academic. I'm pretty sure there's one in Kiev, and that's everything done. You attend a test centre, you do the exam, it assesses you on 4 different components: speaking, listening, reading and writing. The score that you'd need to get doesn't mean too much at the moment. It's a 43. However, like I'd said, we will send you across all the approved tests, all the approved test centres, and then send you across the scores that you would need to obtain for each relevant test.
And the price is there, isn't it? In your currency. That can mention your currency. It's 5,600, Elisa.
That's for IELTS, I think, average price. This is just out of our research, so probably the prices for different tests might vary.
They slightly vary. They're all around about a ballpark figure, but there might be a slight variance.
But it is Ukraine currency. What I'm trying to say that
I can't remember I can't remember how it is.
Okay. That's the currency. Next one, please. So Alex, you can carry on.
Okay. So the visa will initially be for 2 years. We'll apply for a 2-year visa. and obviously there's the possibility to extend that going forwards. As long as you continue to meet the eligibility criteria, you can extend it indefinitely, basically. We obviously guide you through the whole process. We work one-on-one with you to set up an immigration account to enable you to apply for the visa. We'll look into your personal situation and background to tell you what documents you might need and what else might be expected, plus any specific conditions that might be attached to your visa. They can vary slightly on a case-by-case basis. However, you know, yet again, we'll work one-on-one with you, give you all the information you need, and just guide you through the whole process so it's as easy as possible. We'll also confirm what you need from your university and if there's anything else that you'd require.
I think it's important to mention the age as well. We are looking at the moment, because this visa then is much simple and easy process, is anyone 25 or less. I mean, I believe most of you are a student or just graduated, so I don't think that will be an issue for you. But at the moment, that's the limited age that we are considering.
I mean, yet again, we'll look into the personal situation and circumstances and see what we're able to do, assess it on a case-by-case basis, and hopefully just work through whatever we need to overcome to enable you to come and start your career in the UK.
Okay, next one. Driving, you want to mention briefly about the driving, please, Alex?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it would be extremely preferable to have a driving license. Obviously, it will be required as part of your job, so it's almost a necessity, but there might still be a few eventualities where we could welcome you without a driving license as well. Again, I guess it's just looking at the personal situation and just making sure everything works, guiding you through everything. You can use your license for 12 months from the date that you come to the UK. However, you'd need to be actively working towards obtaining and passing a UK driving test and theoretical test to enable you to continue driving on past the 12-month point. We do have some instructors. We can point you in the right direction as well, look for people around your area. Yeah.
And we drive on the left?
Most of the time, I hope so.
Okay, thank you, Alex. Let's move on now into the section about the employment opportunities. Meet hygiene inspector. Meet hygiene inspector or official auxiliary, as we call them as well. Okay, to become a meat hygiene inspector, obviously, any of you that has got a degree in veterinarian, you're automatically recognized as a meat hygiene inspector. However, we require you to do an online training course, a theoretical online training course. You can do it while you're in your country before coming here. It takes approximately 1 week, 8 hours a day. And that is just to refresh your memory of the important points and you need to know when you are working as a meat hygiene inspector. Most of those things that you know during your degree when you're studying the hygiene and inspection subject, food technology and all those different pathology, anatomopathology in general, parasites, disease, etc. All those things will be very easy for you to remember all those things, and that will help you quite a lot to complete this theoretical training that is approximately, as I say, 40 hours 1 week. But then you need a practical training. No, come back. I haven't finished. You need a practical training, and this is the difficulty part because on the practical training you're going to be learning how to use the knife to do your post-mortem inspection and things like that. But this practical training, ideal, it will be done in your country if you can do it before you join us. Because if you come here already with some knife skills, then and you are able to recognize some conditions, that will help a lot. However, if you are not able to do your training in your country, you will have to spend more time here doing your practical training, okay? And that will take approximately 4 weeks if you haven't done any practical training in your country. If you don't do some practical training in the country, we can reduce that practical training to 2 weeks, or maybe if you are quite skillful, to 1 week. Okay, but approximately maximum 4 weeks. Okay, again, during the interview, we will talk through with you and look into this possibility of doing your training before in your country before coming here. Okay, so next one. So what are the duties of a meat hygiene inspector? Okay, the main one is doing post-mortem inspection of carcass and viscera of the bovines, ovines, and porcines. Okay, we work with chicken, but poultry, but you will not be working as a meat inspector with poultry. You might work as an official veterinarian if you pass your exam, as we mentioned with RCBS, and then you become an official veterinarian. But we work mainly with red meat with those 3 species. So basically, what you're doing is similar to what you have in the picture. You are on the line of the slaughterhouse, and the carcass and the offal are coming through. So you need to inspect them to detect any abnormality caused by pathological conditions, parasites, and very important, you need to make sure it's free of contamination. Okay, so you will be having your knife, identifying the lymph nodes to see if those lymph nodes are enlarged or they are in good conditions, and also you will be doing inspection of the offal. So you have to do your cuts on the heart, liver, and lungs, looking for parasites and pathologies that can compromise the quality of the offals or the approval for human consumption. Okay, so you got a very vital and important role, basically approving carcass and offal for human consumption. You put your stamp at the end of the line when you are sure that those conditions are right. You are also helping the official veterinarian in other tasks like animal welfare and hygiene. How do you do that? While you are doing the post-mortem inspection, you need to see if those animals have got bruises, that is clearly has been compromised the animal welfare. If they got quite a lot of contamination, so basically the hygiene conditions by the operatives in the slaughterhouse are not the right ones. So you got also a very important role on that function. Okay. So this is your 3 main things: post-mortem inspection, detecting animal welfare situations, and hygiene conditions. Okay, and you will be part of the meat inspection team. The number of meat inspectors depends on the animals being killed in the slaughterhouse and the speed of the line, how fast they go across. I mean, I like to call them, and you will be called like an anatomopathologist, you know, doing a very quick necropsy that is called post-mortem, and you need to make sure that those carcass and offal are fit for human consumption. Okay, next one. So conditions, this is what we are offering. We offer you a minimum 37 hours per week guarantee. Now, what does it mean? That some slaughterhouses kill very little, kill maybe 5 hours. So you may have to go somewhere else to complete your hours, or maybe you don't reach the hours, but we pay you for sure 37 hours. 37 hours per week give you a gross salary per year of £22,126. Okay, this is a net salary approximately of 1,500 per month. Okay, however, your average hour is normally 40 hours per week, so you should need to consider a salary of 24,000 gross per year. That will be more realistic, your salary. And if you want to do overtime, we can maybe allocate you to some of the plants that work longer hours, and you can get up to 45 hours per week, or even 50, and then you can get salaries up to 28 or 29,000 pounds gross per year. Okay, but this is the very bare minimum you will get. Okay, next one, please. Okay, I think I mentioned everything regarding the job and the conditions, so I'm going to pass it to Elisa that will talk to you about why starting with that is much easier.
Thank you, Juan. Can we have next slide, Sarah, please? So, as Juan mentioned, Evelyn Jones is a company which works for the last 27 years. We've got a lot of experience in what we do. We recruit veterinarians from all over the world. So every month, basically, our recruitment is open. So we've got very experienced team here. We cover a few languages to help the recruitment process. So basically, we are very experienced and we can guide you and help you the all way through during the recruitment process. We work together. We try to be as much helpful as we can to answer all the questions and issues you might have. So, Sarah, can we please have next slide? So, advantages of working with us. Juan also mentioned that we've got a fantastic team of veterinarians working with the company. We support each other. The company is going through a massive change. We develop different aspects of the company. A lot of investment is happening at the moment into learning and career development of our employees. A lot of new exciting people join the business, so it is really good place to work, basically. We've got locations all over England and Wales, so there's a lot of different locations to choose from in case you've got any relatives or any preferences in terms of locations. So we are happy to discuss that and try to accommodate your needs. And we always pride ourselves in the past as a great place to start your career in the UK. We are moving, is still the case. However, we are also emphasizing a lot the fact that there is a lot of different career paths within the company for also hopefully for you in the future. Next slide, please. So how do we help? How can we help you to join us? A part of the recruitment and selection process where we should explain everything, we would of course take care of your accommodation on arrival. We can provide an advice on which flights are the most convenient and where is the accommodation, where is our office, all this transfer from your country to the UK. We will give you help. We will basically give you advice and cover the cost of accommodation. You will get a company car and driving class with British driving instructor helping you to adjust to drive in the UK. In fact, only those who sort of we've got a positive feedback and pass the driving tuition would get the car. If more time is needed with the English driving instructor, this will be provided to basically we make sure that we feel safe to allow you to drive on your own in the UK. We provide a mobile phone which has free connections in the country, so any phone call connections with the UK are free of charge, and mobile phone also has some internet limit, which will allow you to have a contact with your family back home. We help to sort out the British account to allow the payments to happen from the very beginning, and of course we provide the whole process, administration process and advice and support in terms of visa processes and costs. We meet all the costs of the visas. Any other questions you might have, like in terms of moving to the country, which location to choose, and etc. All this background, then we can also advise on as well. Next slide, please. So what's to do next? The best thing would be if you would like to send a copy of your CV in English to our recruitment email. You can see now on the screen. You can follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. There are some useful updates there as well, but I would strongly recommend for you to contact us on that email address. If you wish to talk to me or to Alex or to Juan directly, it is also possible. But if you apply on that email, one of our recruiters will get in touch, and we will take from there. Normally, we would organize a phone conversation and where we can ask questions and you can ask questions, and then we will follow with the online interview with one of our recruiters and one of veterinarians as well. So the everything is happening basically online. So but we can see each other through the camera, so there's no need, of course, to come for interview face to face. So everything can be sorted out online. And any questions you might have, you will have a relationship with your own recruiter, and they will try to sort it out everything for you until the moment you arrive. And Alex as well is very much involved in terms of visa. So there's a lot of support from our side as soon as you start to you move to the selection and recruitment process. So I really strongly encourage you to apply and see what we can do for you. And if there are any questions, we'll be more than happy to answer. I believe you can type the question in the chat box, or you can ask the questions in person as well. Do we have any questions? Oh, Alex.
To ask the questions, you can use the dashboard and raise your hand. There is a little hand there. You can use it. Sarah, can you come back to the previous slide? So we leave the email address, and very important as well, our website. You can obviously go and have a look on the website. So as we say, you can write in the chat on the dashboard. You go in the section of attendees. You can put your hand up or your question mark. I mean, and then
if the question can be asked in Polish, I speak Polish. I don't know if this is any helpful, but if it is easier, I can try to answer the questions in Polish. I do communicate with Ala in Polish, and her Polish is excellent.
Lisa, Ala has got a question mark there.
I cannot see. Yes.
It's just this is what I'm here.
Ala just mentioned that she managed to join us, Juan.
Yes.
Okay, if Ala, yes.
Yes. We don't have questions.
Okay, if we don't have questions, that's of course okay.
Another minute, 21.
Oh, there is a question.
Yes, one question.
Elita, no?
Elita, do you want to read it or?
Contact about this.
Yes. So in terms of the contract is permanent. Obviously, it coincides with the visa as well. So the visa we'd apply for is 2 years. Now, at the end of that 2 years, if you were in a position where you wanted to extend the visa, we would work one-on-one with you again in the last, say, 3 months or so to extend the visa to enable you to continue working for us. The contract really is permanent. Obviously, it's subject to the right to work in the UK, and at a time where your right to work in the UK is about to not be valid anymore, we just work with you to extend it if you wanted to continue on working with us.
But the first visa is for the period of 2 years, so yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2 years, but if you're doing, I mean, in the past, obviously, we didn't have the issue with the visa because all the vets were coming from Europe without visa. But as Alex said, your contract is indefinite. So visa, as soon as you do right, you will be okay to carry on working. And as Alex say, the visa can be extended as long as you want. Even after 5 years. After 5 years, you can apply for citizenship. Is that right, Alex? That's true. After 5 years, you can.
It is, yes. Yeah. So a few visa extensions, and then you'd be able to apply for it. Yeah.
There was someone with a question mark.
Sorry.
There's a lot of them.
There's another question about having your dependents join you on the visa. So the way that it would work is you would apply for the skilled worker visa for yourself, and then you would apply for a dependent visa alongside your skilled worker visa. They basically go through on some of your rights, but you have to pay some additional fees for not sponsoring them, for immigration health surcharge and the application fee. Now, you would be expected to cover that for any dependents that go along in your application. But again, if you get in touch with us, we've got all this information readily available on what the costs would be and what things you'd need to provide and who would be classed as a dependent for you, i.e. your husband or wife and your child. Yes.
We got a lot of question marks.
Yes, we see the questions. We will go through them.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is, sorry, as well, the people with question mark that they want to talk. What I'm saying.
Okay.
So sorry, carry on with the questions, writing questions, and then we move into the questions. I mean, to the people with question mark, and we and Sarah can open the microphone.
Yep. In terms of continuing your studies at the universities in the UK to do masters, for example, I know that there's a lot of people that we've got employed who have gone to do further studying at UK universities. Obviously, it might be a little bit harder to juggle in terms of full-time employment at the same time as doing a master's, and obviously you'd need to check that the universities were going to accept you and everything. But as far as I'm concerned, it would be something that would be possible. You would be able to do something like that, yes.
Bogdan asked the questions. How long does the processing takes if someone can pass English now?
So usually the English is a little bit, it can be a little bit annoying at the moment, especially given COVID situation. You probably end up finding an available test that will take about 2 to 3 weeks to physically get onto it. Following on from that, the visa processing time is normally around 3 to 4 weeks. Again, it's also dependent on the biometric centres that are available in Ukraine. They should all be fine and accepting appointments at the moment. It's just another thing that we'd need to look at during the visa process, book you onto it for the next available one, and to go and have your fingerprints taken and the photo taken and the everything else sorted that you need to do. But yeah, in terms of if you've got the English test, probably around about 4 to 5 weeks to get the visa back and to be able to come to the UK and start with any training and working.
Yeah. Someone would. Okay, if someone would, Bogdan asked another question. If someone would like to pass Royal College exam, what about education and working? Well, Bogdan, this is a very good question. This is something we are as a company looking into at the moment as well, because it is new for us as well, and we realize that we would like to support more our veterinarians like you and others to provide CPD training and possibly time off from work to prepare for the exams, but this is something new. We are working on it at the moment. I am sure that in very near future we will have this program in place, but we know that this is something we would like to focus on and develop some sort of support. So is maybe in the future I can give you more exact details, but it's something we are working on, and we will propose some solutions into that.
I mean, that's what I wanted to mention before. You are much better off, obviously, coming here, start working as a meat inspector, and while you are working, preparing your exam, than preparing your exam in Ukraine. If you prepare your exam in Ukraine, you will not pass it at all, because there is a lot of visits and training that you have to do before the exam, and those has to be done in approved locations, and those are in the UK. So forget about trying to prepare yourself for the exam from Ukraine. So your only chance is to come here, work as a meat inspector, and carry on preparing yourself for the exam. And as Elisa said, we will help you. We help you, as I say, to provide places and things like that to prepare. But at the end of the day, it has to be you who has to study hard, because it's not only just passing the exam. You will need to have a level 7 in English as well. And again, you won't get that if you stay in Ukraine. So
Good
that's
that you mentioned that one, because level 7, we are also looking into helping and supporting our vets to get the level 7. We are working on putting program in place, which will be actually launched quite soon in May.
Definitely,
9 months program to take to upskill our veterinarians to achieve level 7. Again, something new. We haven't done that before. It should be launched in May.
Yeah, I think this is where we're really now looking into kind of going as far as we're possibly able to go to develop new training programs, to develop new support avenues, to really drive your career within the UK, within the veterinary capacity forwards, even down to the RCBS exam. You know, we're looking into finding more information about it and what it requires, and how again we can support you to enable you to sit the exam and to pass it and to continue your career within the UK now as a veterinarian.
But definitely, as one said, being in the UK, improving English is way easier here than being in Ukraine or in Poland or in Spain. That's not a doubt, even without the support.
It's very hard. The exam is hard. So only just around 25–30% pass the exam. So don't expect that you're going to come here, prepare a few things, revise, and get it done. No, it's a lot of work to do, but it's possible. Sorry. What else? You want to give access to the people with a question mark, Sarah?
Yeah, we've got
There's
one more question just to answer first. It was in regards to the career progression while working as a meat inspector and working towards the examination. So the different career paths that you could go down and progress while working as an MHI, we've got different managerial roles. One of them would be an area resource manager. They are assigned to a specific area of the country, how it's split, and they would manage the team of meat inspectors. So providing technical support, providing technical support, management of the MHIs, looking into operational support and how everything's functioning.
Training, coordinating training of the new meat hygiene inspectors as well.
Yeah, training and assessing. There's a few different avenues that you would be able to go down before you actually become a veterinarian in the eyes of the UK. And obviously, once you've passed that exam and hopefully got your membership of the Royal College, you would then be able to, a whole different avenue of veterinarian roles. You could be the official veterinarian, you could be an export veterinarian, and then, you know, you'd be able to be even further than that, area veterinary manager. And so there's lots of opportunity to progress and to be able to further your career.
Okay.
Can you give access, Sarah, with the microphone to people that has got a question mark and has not written any questions on the section, question on the chat?
I think they have to write something.
No, I mean, we can give access on the microphone. Sarah, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, but I think that all answers have been.
I think we did go.
There are people with a question mark put in there. For instance, Paul just put a
new question. Yes.
Paul, yes.
Syllabus which we should prepare for exam. For the Royal College exam.
Was that for the Royal College exam?
That's the reason. Give access to the microphone. It's easier than reading question. Just whoever is put, give access to the microphone.
Sarah, can you give access to microphone to Paul Bijou,
Yes.
please?
Yes. Okay.
We should give access to everyone.
Yes, it's open. The microphone is open. Paul?
Doesn't show that it's open.
He might have to unmute himself
yes.
as well, Paul.
Yeah, you need to unmute. I mean, give access.
Yes.
That's right.
Oh, yes.
Got it.
Hi, Paul.
Now the server was there. Hi.
Hello. We can hear you.
Hi.
Hello.
Now the server was telling about exams and it's really hard to pass. I would like to know what all things should I study? Mainly concentrate.
Okay.
You're talking about the
Can you please
exam.
tell about that?
It is about the Royal College exam, Paul, right? Because we've lost you for a moment. We couldn't hear you. I believe it is regarding the Royal College because Paul mentioned that it's hard to pass. So that's the hard to pass exam. So Juan, would you briefly explain what the exam covers? Which
Covers everything regarding to the veterinary profession. It covers in different sections. Obviously, meat hygiene inspections cover farm animals, equines, animal reproduction, small animals. All those sections, you will have to set something like 5 or 6 exams, theoretical and practical, you know, in the different discipline of veterinarians. So it's quite extended. It takes something like a whole week, but to do all the exams. But you don't do it one after another. You do one, a few days later you do another one, and things like that. And you need to pass first the theoretical before you move into the practicals. But as I say, please go into the website of the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons. Okay, we put the email address before. Go there, go into the section of the examination, okay, and they will tell you everything you need to know.
okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Thank you.
So just, Sarah, open everyone's microphone, and anyone that wants a question, just unmute yourself and talk up. Probably is the best one, the best way to do it, but not that many. So.
I think they don't have questions, Juan.
Okay, but what I'm saying, they got the option of if you open everyone microphone, if they want to talk, just unmute and they talk. Okay, here, Bogdan wants to talk.
What done? Nothing.
Okay, fine. So I think we are okay. As we say at the beginning, Sarah will edit this webinar and will send it to all of you. So you got there to watch it. And you can also obviously forward it to your friends and colleagues. Just want to finish just saying that I think I can easily say that Great Britain is the best country in Europe to work as a veterinarian. The possibilities in this country are magnificent. They are great. You can develop your career very, very well, even if you want only for a couple of years to have the experience, or you want to settle down here for a long time or whatever. You know, we have a lot of mixed nationalities, and all of them are very happy with the experience they had here. And when they stay, the ones that stay a few years and come back to their countries, just with that curriculum of being a vet in UK or a meat inspector in UK, opens so many jobs back home. You know, so it's a great opportunity to get to know the veterinarian profession and the meat hygiene profession in this great country. and also the mentality of the British people towards work and everything. So, I mean, I highly recommend it for young ones just graduated or about to finish to come and experience this. If it doesn't work, you stay for 2 years, come back home, you have nothing to lose, you will have had the experience, but I'm pretty sure that most of you will enjoy. It's a difficult job, it's a hard job, but it's well rewarded, and the experience is absolutely fantastic. And the atmosphere that we have in the company with different nationalities is a great atmosphere. So just wanted to add that. Alex, Lisa, you want to finish with something else?
Yes, just if any of you would like to have a chat on individual basis, I can share my email address and my contact details. If you have any other questions later on, please feel free to contact me directly. And I would like to encourage you. This is a new market we would like to enter as a company and as a business. I am not surprised that there might be some worries or some questions, but I also came to the UK only for 1 year. It's now 17 years I am here. I'm in this business most of my time as well in Evelyn Jones. So it is a good place to be. And I am more than happy to answer any questions and help you individually. If anyone has any specific issue, specific situation, we can adjust and help. So if you are not getting by any chance outcome, or you are not happy with anything, like maybe a recruiter, contact me directly. I will be more than happy to help Alex as well. So I would really like some of you to try and join us to have your own experience and go back to your country and recommend it us if you feel like we are worth recommending. But I am sure you would enjoy. And yes, you are still very young students or about to finish the university. I was the same. I finished university when I joined Evelyn Jones, and I am really happy here. So it's good to have that option to see different countries, different culture, different way of working, and taking this back to your country, give back, invest this to your people in Ukraine. And yes, I just hope some of you will be brave enough to try to join us, please. Yes. No, Alex, anything else?
No, I think you mainly covered everything there. Yeah, that we're just happy to sort everything out, help, and we hope to speak with and see some of you soon.
Okay.
Okay, so there you are. Just write to us, recruitment@enj.co.uk. We will wait for your emails. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.